WWE 2K24 could potentially have a brand spanking new game mode whereby it gives us the option to have free roam, integrate with anybody and pretty much anything, and give us everything we have ever wanted in a WWE game. We're going to be looking at the WWE 2K24 roster, and of course we're going to be looking at my favorite game mode, the WWE 2K24 universe mode, which surely is going to improve and incorporate some of this free roam and open play world building. So let's have a look at this open play experience in this new game mode. This could replace myrise. It would be similar in terms of you would create a superstar, you would insert them into the world of WWE, start as a greenhorn in NXT, build your way to become a Raw or SmackDown sensation. If you feel like you're going to enjoy this video, support us by putting a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, get your comments down below and let's discuss WWE 2K24. What one feature are you looking for in the next iteration of the game? Let us know down below. So this open world free roam in the new myrise game mode. So you start off by creating your superstar, potentially adding a photorealistic version of yourself using the camera and the utilization tool that they once had. You create your superstar, you speak to the NXT GM Shawn Michaels, and away you go. You start off backstage. Your locker room will be your hub. You can return here to update your attributes, to view titles that you've got. Potentially if you've got tag team partners or a tag team partner, you can go back and integrate and interact with them. You can then walk out, you can roam the WWE Performance Center, you can learn your trade. Potentially, that's where you could earn finishers and signatures. You don't actually get assigned them. You have a very basic one. And then as you go throughout your journey, you can then learn in the Performance Center these new finishes and abilities. Potentially, you could do this with your whole move set by unlocking new moves and really evolving your superstar as we go along. There could be a makeup room, whereby that is where you would be able to edit and customize your character, potentially evolving from a face into a heel or a heel into a face, adding face paint, turning into a heel, adding a darker attire, potentially doing a whole Drew McIntyre and becoming a more darker, egotistical, despicable version of himself. But that is potentially where you could turn from heel to face. You could talk to the general managers from either NXT, Raw or SmackDown, discuss your futures, demand title opportunities, and also the key factor here is when you are backstage in any of NXT, SmackDown or Raw, you can interact with superstars. Potentially as a greenhorn and a newbie, going straight up to Bron Breakker if he were the NXT champion and demanding a title shot. He would practically just laugh in your face and say that you haven't done enough to earn a title opportunity. You could then attack him backstage or just respectfully shake his hand and say that you would come back later when you've got more experience. But then you could indulge yourself in a rivalry elsewhere, potentially going after the various title which isn't one of the biggest out there. You could set up a Road to WrestleMania storyline. You could potentially get involved in Royal Rumble feuds, going to the general manager and saying that you want to be involved in the Royal Rumble. We could then see a cutscene where you get your Royal Rumble entrant number. You could demand the 30th position or potentially say that you're going to go all the way from number 1 and win it. But that would be a cool and nice little cutscene. Every year the Rumble comes up. Get involved in Survivor Series rivalries with the other brand. Potentially have brand attacks where Raw come and attack SmackDown and vice versa. Potentially the rivalry that you are currently embroiled in, if it's a Raw and a SmackDown superstar going against each other, that could factor into a Survivor Series storyline as well. But also having this backstage free roam, if you've got various different locations where you could be wrestling, potentially you could be at Cardiff in the Millennium Stadium, or you could be out in Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel. Going off onto an aeroplane and having a cutscene there would be fantastic as well. Your entourage, say you're in a stable, they could be on the aeroplane with you. This could really be a fascinating open world next generation experience in WWE 2K24. Returning superstars or roster superstars, Trish Stratus could return and give you some invaluable advice or potentially become your manager. There could be so many options that happen in real life but just don't seem to factor into this game. Potentially you could really piss off your general manager and he sets you up in a handicap match. The opportunities would be endless. Factor in that potentially we're going to be getting a storyline creator as well. These storylines could influx and involve and immerse themselves into this new myrise open play experience. For me, I think this is the natural next step in progression of immersion when it comes to WWE 2K24. What do you guys think of a potential open world experience? If you haven't liked, subscribed, or commented yet, what are you doing? Don't make me come over there and lay off the smackdown on you. I'll do it. I'm crazy enough to do it. But moving on, returning superstars. We know we're going to get an abundance of superstars that won't be in this year's game. WWE superstars that have now left the company. Edge will, of course, be one of those superstars that will not be in this year's edition of the game. But we're looking to get more NXT superstars, more younger talent. So the likes of Elektra Lopez might be in the game and so many other young superstars. Potentially, we're getting the return of the Dudley Boys. That's right. They have returned to the WWE website. They've been inserted into the 2K card game. So the natural progression, the next step would be that the Dudley Boys will make a return in WWE 2K24. A welcome return? I think so, but let me know what you think of the Dudley Boys returning to the WWE game. Which superstars do you want to see make their first appearance in the game? Of course, we're going to get the likes of legends such as Kane, The Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock. They'll all be making invaluable returns to the game. And of course, we love controlling them and giving them another run within WWE. Now, the Universe mode. Universe mode is my favorite mode in the game. That's where you really get to create your own WWE dynasties, your own worlds, and it's brilliant. So I want to see WWE 2K24 Universe mode really incorporate this open world experience. I want to be able to take Raw and SmackDown to the higher levels, the next levels. I always draw NXT superstars to SmackDown and Raw and have burgeoning rosters, but really create fantastic worlds. So for me, I could potentially have the likes of Bron Breakker and really get him a challenge. He could challenge and face off against Seth Rollins. There could be a rivalry that starts up and Bron goes hammer and toe to try and rip that title out of Seth Rollins' hands. So Universe mode surely has to really delve in on these storylines and the cut scenes. We get bare minimal cut scenes that, if we're trying to create a rivalry, sometimes either get a bit samey and a bit like for like. We need something a bit different. We need these rivalries to really expand, not only in the ring, but backstage as well. Segments of where both superstars may approach the GM and demand a title shot or a title defense. Things like that that really juice up a storyline. You see the likes of Gore and Perkins, who create an amazing WWE experience. And of course, here at WrestleMania, we will be doing our own universe mode as well. But sometimes it gets a bit difficult to really create believable storylines because the same cutscenes happen over and over again. Luckily, the likes of Gore and Perkins are just sensational when it comes to creating some fantastic WWE content. So the game is going to be coming in March 2024. It will release a few weeks before WrestleMania. So at the start of the Royal Rumble, on the road to the Royal Rumble, we'll start to see a lot more news come out. We'll start to see WWE referencing the game. The developers at 2K Studios will come out and start to really officially talk and drop rumors about not only the roster, but the new features and the game modes as well. But what features are you most looking forward to coming to WWE 2K24? What is it that you would like to see? In another note, apparently the showcase this year could focus on Bray Wyatt, who unfortunately we lost earlier this year. A true travesty. One of my favourite superstars, potentially my favourite superstar within WWE. I love intrigue, I love mystique. Kane, Undertaker were my Attitude Era favourites, and Bray Wyatt really brought that nostalgia and that mystique back to WWE. So reliving his career could be fascinating. Could start off from the Husky Harris era through what was the Nexus. We could potentially then go on to the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, alongside Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, Braun Strowman returning, his rivalries against Kane, Randy Orton, John Cena. There is so much that WWE could have fun with when it comes to a Bray Wyatt-centric showcase. The Fiend teaming up with Alexa Bliss, winning the first WWE Championship he had, which I believe was against AJ Styles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I truly believe a Bray Wyatt showcase would not only honour Bray Wyatt himself, but really trigger, in a good way, the WWE fans who I know, like me, are going to truly miss this creative mastermind. So first of all, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. We're all going to miss you. But what a fantastic way to honour the man that brought so much joy, happiness, and intrigue back to WWE. Guys, let us know what you think about all of this WWE 2K24 news. Rumours, as I say, more so than anything else. But this is going to be a really fascinating year for the WWE franchise game. A big improvement was taking place in last year's game. But surely now is the time to strike while the iron's hot and really get this game going to places that we expect it to be. Another rumour, I'm just reeling them off now, is that we are going to be able to get to 12 to 14 superstars in the ring. So Survivor Series would be bigger, the Royal Rumble would be bigger. It's going to be amazing. Guys, thank you for watching so much. Make sure you lay off the smack down on that like button, slobber knocker, and knock out the subscribe button. I'm just making stuff up now. And get your comments down below. Talk smack down below. Guys, take care. Peace out. See you all soon. Bye.